Just hours ago, Super Typhoon Kong-Rey tore into Taiwan with a fury unseen in recent memory. Packing wind speeds over 230 kilometers per hour and an unforgiving storm surge, Kong-Rey has left whole cities and towns completely unrecognizable. Streets are transformed into raging rivers as the typhoon's relentless flooding has engulfed buildings, swept away vehicles, and forced thousands of families to abandon their homes. This storm has brought Taiwan to a standstill, disrupting daily life and creating a massive state of emergency as the full force of Kong-Rey continues to bear down. In coastal cities like Kaohsiung and Hualien, the impact has been catastrophic. Massive waves towering over seawalls have surged deep into neighborhoods, causing floodwaters to inundate everything in their path. These areas, once bustling with activity, are now underwater, with local landmarks and residential areas alike submerged beneath Kong-Rey's relentless storm surge. Families have been forced to evacuate, leaving everything behind as they head to emergency shelters. And tens of thousands of residents are now relying on these facilities for safety and basic needs. The roads that served as major transport arteries have been rendered useless, blocked by fallen trees, landslides, and debris scattered by the storm's unforgiving winds. Critical infrastructure, including bridges and highways, has suffered severe damage, making it nearly impossible for rescue and emergency vehicles to reach the worst-hit areas. Entire neighborhoods are cut off, and authorities are using every available resource from helicopters to small boats to evacuate residents who are now stranded. Meanwhile, power outages are widespread, and the entire island is plunged into darkness in many areas, heightening the urgency of the situation. Emergency rescue teams are operating under grueling conditions, working around the clock to reach those trapped by the rising floodwaters. Stories are emerging of everyday citizens showing incredible bravery, neighbors rescuing neighbors, volunteers setting up makeshift shelters, and community leaders helping coordinate relief efforts. Videos on social media paint a picture of devastation, but also of Taiwan's resilience, showing people banding together to navigate the storm's aftermath. Taiwan's meteorological agency has issued its highest level of warning, urging residents across the island to seek immediate shelter, prepare for extended outages, and brace for continued extreme weather as Kong-Rey advances. Schools, offices, airports, and public transportation are now completely shut down, and flights have been canceled as part of nationwide precautions. Authorities are calling on everyone to avoid all travel unless absolutely necessary and are advising residents to stay off the roads to give emergency crews a better chance at reaching those in dire need. Hospitals across Taiwan are overwhelmed, operating on emergency power, and are bracing for an influx of people injured by debris and accidents related to the typhoon. Health officials have issued urgent calls for blood donations, medical supplies, and volunteer assistance as medical staff work tirelessly to attend to the injured. Emergency hotlines are flooded with calls as family members and friends try to reach their loved ones, desperate to confirm their safety amidst the chaos. The typhoon's catastrophic effects extend beyond immediate human safety. Economic analysts predict the storm will have severe impacts on Taiwan's economy, with potential damages in the billions. The agricultural sector critical to Taiwan's economy is devastated, with farmland, crops, and livestock lost to flooding and high winds. Factories and businesses across the island are shuttered, and supply chain disruptions are expected to ripple across global markets in the coming days. Local and national officials have activated all available disaster response resources, and international aid has been mobilized to help Taiwan through this critical moment. Neighboring countries and global humanitarian organizations are on standby, ready to provide resources and expertise as Taiwan faces the daunting task of recovery and rebuilding. As Kong-Rey lingers, forecasters warn that more rain is likely, which could lead to additional flash floods and landslides in vulnerable areas. Rivers and reservoirs are overflowing and water levels have reached critical points, sparking fears that further flooding could bring even more destruction. The government is keeping a close eye on these regions, urging residents near waterways to remain alert to rapidly changing conditions. President Tsai has addressed the nation, expressing gratitude to the emergency teams and citizens who are bravely working together to get through this catastrophe. She has promised that recovery efforts will receive full support from the government, and resources will be dedicated to helping families rebuild in the wake of this tragedy. Yet for now, the priority remains survival and rescue. We stand with Taiwan as they face one of the most powerful storms in recent history. Our thoughts go out to everyone affected, and we commend the bravery of first responders and volunteers who are risking their lives to protect others. The path to recovery will be long, but Taiwan's spirit is indomitable. Stay with us here on Natural Disaster Documentary for real-time updates on Typhoon Kong-Rey, news from the ground and essential information for staying prepared. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to stay informed of breaking news and updates. By following along, we can spread awareness and stand together in the face of nature's unpredictable power.